She arrived to care for a child, not to change a family. He had spent years believing some doors were safer left closed. Between small chaos, quiet moments, and a choice that came too soon, two guarded hearts were pulled into something neither planned. And once it began, there was no way to stop what was unfolding. If this story touches you in any way, subscribing is a simple way to support this space as we grow toward our first 1,000 subscribers. You're truly welcome here. Now, let's begin. Clara stood on the front porch with her bag resting against her leg, reading the name on the small brass plate beside the door, even though she already knew it by heart. Nathan Cole. The house was larger than she had imagined. Not cold exactly, but careful. Everything seemed intentional. Clean lines, neutral colors, a place designed to keep life under control. She took a breath and raised her hand to knock. The door opened before her knuckles touched the wood. A small figure rushed past her legs. "Lily, no, stop." A man followed immediately, tall, clearly running on very little sleep, holding one shoe in his hand as if it had been taken hostage. The small figure laughed and slid across the hardwood floor, disappearing behind the couch. "I am so sorry," the man said, finally noticing Clara standing there. "She was calm 5 minutes ago. That was my mistake." Clara smiled, unable to help it. That is usually when things fall apart. He blinked, surprised by the answer, then exhaled something between a sigh and a laugh. "You must be Clara." "Yes," she said, "and I am guessing that was Lily." From behind the couch, a voice announced, "I am a ninja." Clara crouched slightly, lowering herself to Lily's level. "Of course you are." Two curious eyes appeared, studying her seriously. "She does that," Nathan said. "The imagination, the energy is also her." Lily stepped out fully, holding a wooden spoon like a sword. "Are you the new nanny?" she asked. "I am," Clara said. "But I should warn you, I am very bad at fighting ninjas." Lily considered this. "Good. Then I can protect you." Nathan closed his eyes for half a second. Clara noticed. Inside, the house felt quieter than it looked from the outside. The silence had weight. Not uncomfortable, just unused. Nathan gave her a brief tour. Kitchen, living room, Lily's room, his office. Everything had a place. Everything stayed where it was supposed to. Lily, however, did not. She talked non-stop, climbing onto counters, asking questions that came too fast for answers. "Do you like pancakes?" "Yes." "Do you burn them?" "Sometimes." "Good. My dad burns everything." "That is not true," Nathan said. "I burn only some things. Like toast. That is because the toaster is aggressive." Clara laughed before she could stop herself. Nathan glanced at her, surprised again, as if laughter was something that needed permission. Later, while Lily colored at the table, Nathan explained routines, schedules, expectations. He spoke carefully, choosing words like they were part of a contract. Clara listened, truly listened, but she also watched. Lily hummed softly as she drew, not a song Clara recognized, but something complex. The melody shifted unexpectedly, repeating in patterns that felt intentional. Clara frowned slightly, listening closer. "That is pretty," she said gently. Lily shrugged. "It just comes." Nathan looked up. "What?" "She hums all the time," he said. "I barely notice anymore." Clara did. That afternoon, while Lily napped, Clara organized the playroom. She did not change much. She simply made space. Nathan watched from the doorway. "You did not have to do that today," he said. "I know," Clara replied. "I wanted to." He nodded, then hesitated. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Why this job?" She paused, hands resting on a small box of crayons. "Because sometimes," she said slowly, "taking care of someone else is the only way to remember how to breathe." He did not respond right away. Later that week, Clara settled into the rhythm of the house. Mornings were loud. Evenings were quieter. Nathan worked too much. Lily pretended not to notice. One afternoon, Lily sat on the floor with a puzzle designed for older kids. She finished it in minutes. Clara stared. "Did you do that before?" Lily shook her head. "I just knew where the pieces went." Clara felt that familiar tightening in her chest. Recognition. That evening, she mentioned it casually to Nathan. "She's very observant," she said. "She sees patterns fast." He smiled politely. "She is smart." "Yes," Clara said, "but this is different." He shrugged. "Kids surprise us." But Clara did not let it go. Days later, a letter arrived. Nathan opened it at the kitchen counter, skimming quickly. His expression changed. "What is it?" Clara asked, careful. He folded the paper. "Nothing important." Later, when Lily went to her room, Clara found the letter on the table. She did not read it. She did not need to. The logo at the top was enough. A selective youth development program. Highly competitive. Rare. Her heart beat faster. That night, Clara lay awake, thinking about Lily's humming, the puzzles, the focus, and Nathan's face when he said nothing important. The next morning, Lily asked, "Did you know I might go to a special place?" Clara froze. "Who told you that?" "I heard Daddy on the phone." Nathan stood in the doorway. "I was going to tell you," he said. "When?" Clara asked softly. He hesitated. "When I knew what to do." The silence between them stretched. Clara understood then. This was not about Lily. It was about a dream Nathan once had and never allowed himself to touch again. And now it was standing right in front of him, small, barefoot, and humming melodies that refused to be ignored. Nathan did not sleep that night. Clara knew because the lights in the office were still on when she woke up early to prepare breakfast. She moved quietly through the kitchen, careful not to disturb the fragile balance the house seemed to depend on. Lily padded in a few minutes later, hair messy, carrying her stuffed rabbit. "Daddy is thinking too loud," she whispered. Clara smiled gently. Sometimes grown-ups forget how to think quietly. Lily climbed onto a stool and watched Clara pour pancake batter. "Am I in trouble?" "No," Clara said immediately. "Why would you think that?" "Because adults get quiet when something big happens." Clara paused, then nodded. "That is true." Lily studied her. "Is the special place big?" Clara chose her words carefully. "It could be." Nathan entered the kitchen, tie loosened, eyes tired. "Good morning," he said. Lily looked at him seriously. "Are you scared?" Nathan froze. Clara pretended to flip a pancake, giving him space. "I am not scared," he said finally. "I am thinking." "That is worse," Lily said. Clara laughed softly. Nathan looked at her despite himself. Later that morning, Nathan finally spoke. "The program is selective," he said. "They contacted me because Lily's school submitted a recommendation." "You did not tell me," Lily said, arms crossed. "I wanted to protect you." "From what?" He had no answer. Over the next few days, Clara noticed the shift. Nathan became more rigid. Schedules tightened. Spontaneity disappeared. Lily noticed too. She stopped humming. One afternoon, Clara found Lily sitting quietly, staring at the piano in the corner of the living room. It had not been touched in years. "Do you play?" Clara asked. "I am not allowed." Clara frowned. "Not allowed?" "Daddy says it is just furniture." Clara sat beside her. "Would you like to try?" Lily hesitated. "Will it make him sad?" That question stayed with Clara. That evening she approached Nathan carefully. "She misses playing," Clara said. "She never played," he replied quickly. "She hums," Clara said. "Complex melodies. She solves puzzles meant for older kids. Someone saw something." Nathan looked away. "I saw something once, too," he said quietly. Clara waited. "I had an offer," he continued, "a long time ago, a scholarship. I said, no." "Sir, why?" "Because dreams are expensive." Clara nodded slowly. "Regret is too." Silence filled the room. The next morning Lily played the piano anyway. It was soft at first, hesitant, then confident. Nathan stood frozen in the hallway. Clara held her breath. The melody was beautiful, controlled, intentional. When Lily finished, she looked up. "Did I do it wrong?" Nathan swallowed hard. "No," he said. "You did it right." That night, Rose called. Clara did not hear the conversation, but she saw the aftermath. Nathan pacing, hands in his hair, the careful house cracking. "Rose is coming by," he said later. "She has opinions." Clara smiled faintly. "I imagine she does." Rose arrived the next day dressed impeccably, confidence sharp as glass. "So this is the nanny," she said, smiling without warmth. Clara returned the smile politely. "And this," Rose said, kneeling in front of Lily, "is my brilliant daughter." Clara noticed how Lily stiffened. Over dinner, Rose brought up the program casually. "You cannot seriously be considering this," she said. "She is too young." "She is ready," Clara said before she could stop herself. Rose's eyes flicked to her. "And you are?" "The person who sees her every day," Clara replied calmly. Rose leaned back. "Careful. People who get too attached forget their place." The words landed. Later that night, Clara sat alone in her room, heart racing. She had crossed a line. And she knew it, because protecting Lily suddenly meant risking everything else, including her place in this house, including her heart. Rose did not raise her voice. She did not need to. The tension she brought into the house was quiet, polished, and heavy, like a perfectly placed weight on the chest. Clara noticed it immediately. Lily noticed it even more. At breakfast, Lily barely touched her food. "Eat," Rose said gently. "You need energy for school." "I am not hungry." "You always say that." Clara watched Lily's shoulders tighten. "She ate well yesterday," Clara said softly. "She might just be distracted." Rose smiled. "Children need structure, not too many interpretations." Nathan cleared his throat. "Let us not start the day like this." Rose tilted her head. "Start what?" Silence. Later that afternoon, Clara found Lily in her room, sitting on the floor surrounded by drawings. None of them were finished. "Do you want to go outside?" Clara asked. Lily shook her head. "I do not want to mess up." Clara sat beside her. "Mess up what?" "Daddy's thinking." That sentence hurt more than Clara expected. That evening, Nathan and Rose talked in the office with the door closed. Clara could hear nothing, but she could feel everything. When the door finally opened, Nathan looked older. "I need to ask you something," he said to Clara later, voice low. She waited. "If the program accepts Lily, do you think she can handle it?" "Yes," Clara answered immediately. Then she softened. "With support." "And if it breaks her?" Clara met his eyes. "What if it saves her from wondering what might have been?" He flinched. That night Clara lay awake, listening to the quiet house. She realized something then. She was no longer just observing this family. She was standing inside their fracture. The next day the letter came. Accepted. Nathan held it in his hands like it might burn him. Rose read it first. "This is reckless." "It is an opportunity," Clara said. "For who?" Rose snapped. "For you to play hero?" Lily stood frozen in the doorway. "Am I bad?" she asked. Clara crossed the room instantly and knelt in front of her. "No, never." Nathan said nothing. That was worse. Later, Lily packed a small bag. "Where are you going?" Clara asked. "Nowhere," Lily said. "Just in case." Clara hugged her, feeling Lily cling tighter than usual. This was the moment where everything could tip. And Clara knew she needed to say something, but she also knew the cost. Because choosing Lily meant standing against Rose, and standing against Rose meant risking her job, her stability, her place here. That evening, Clara found Nathan alone in the living room. "You do not have to decide tonight," she said. "Yes, I do," he replied quietly. "Because if I wait, I will choose fear." She nodded. "Then choose love." He looked at her, really looked at her, for the first time without armor. "I am afraid," he admitted. "So is she," Clara said. "But she is still brave." A long silence followed. If you are feeling this moment, if you understand the fear of choosing something that matters, staying here with this story means more than you know. You belong in this space. Nathan exhaled slowly. I will support her, he said. The words landed like a promise and like a threat, because Rose was already preparing her next move. Clara felt it. The quiet before impact. Rose did not argue any more. That was how Clara knew something had shifted. She smiled more, asked fewer questions, offered help she never intended to give. Let me handle the paperwork, Rose said one morning, holding the acceptance folder. I know how these programs work. Nathan hesitated. I can do it. You are overwhelmed, Rose replied gently. I am not. Clara felt a chill she could not explain. Lily hugged Clara before school. Do not disappear. I am right here, Clara said. But Lily did not smile. That afternoon the call came. Nathan answered it on speaker by mistake. Yes, I see. No, that cannot be right. Clara froze. I understand, Nathan continued. Thank you. He ended the call and stared at the wall. They rescinded the offer, he said flatly. Clara's heart dropped. Why? Administrative review, he replied. They said Lily is not ready. Lily stood at the doorway. Oh, she said quietly. She turned and went to her room. Clara followed her moments later and found Lily sitting on the bed, not crying, just very still. That means I was too much, Lily said. No, Clara said firmly. It means someone made a mistake. Lily shook her head. Daddy always loses things he wants. That sentence broke something open inside Clara. That night, Rose poured wine like nothing had happened. It is for the best, she said calmly. Children need normal lives. Nathan stared into his glass. Clara excused herself early. In her room, she replayed the call in her mind. Administrative review. It did not sit right. The next day, while organizing files in the office, Clara noticed an email thread left open on the computer. She did not mean to read it. She only saw the name, Rose, and the subject line, Concerns Regarding Candidate Suitability. Clara's hands shook. Rose had contacted the program directly. She closed the laptop slowly, heart pounding. Now she knew, the audience knew, but Nathan did not. That evening, Lily played the piano softly, almost apologetically. Clara listened from the hallway, tears threatening. She wanted to scream the truth, but she also knew what it would cost. If she exposed Rose, she would destroy the fragile piece Nathan was clinging to, and she might lose her job, lose Lily, lose him. Nathan stood beside her without speaking. I failed her, he said. Clara looked at him. No, you were stopped. He frowned. What? She swallowed hard. This was the choice that hurt. Protecting him meant hurting herself. Telling him meant risking everything. Silence stretched between them, heavy and meaningful. I believe in her, Clara said finally, even if no one else does. Nathan closed his eyes. Rose watched from the doorway, satisfied. The house felt colder that night, and Clara knew the point of no return was coming. Soon. Clara did not sleep. Every sound in the house felt louder. Every silence felt deliberate. By morning she had made a decision she had been avoiding since the day the letter arrived. Lily sat at the table, staring at her cereal. I am not special anymore, she said quietly. Clara knelt beside her. You were never special because of a program. Then why did it leave? Clara swallowed. Because some people are afraid of what you might become. Lily looked up. Are you afraid? No, Clara said without hesitation. I am proud. That afternoon, Nathan received an email. A follow-up, brief, polite, final decision confirmed. Nathan closed his laptop slowly. I am done, he said. I tried. I failed. Clara felt the moment press against her chest. This was it. She found Rose in the kitchen later, calm, composed, untouchable. You interfered, Clara said quietly. Rose did not deny it. I protected my child. You protected your control. Rose smiled. Same thing. You hurt her. I prevented disappointment. Clara's voice trembled. You stole a chance. Rose stepped closer. Careful. You are replaceable. That word landed hard. Replaceable. Clara went to her room and packed her bag. When Nathan saw it, confusion crossed his face. What are you doing? I cannot stay, she said. Not like this. Why? Because Lily thinks she failed, Clara said. And she did not. Nathan looked stunned. What are you saying? Clara took a breath. Rose contacted the program. Silence. You are lying, he said reflexively. I saw the email. His face changed. Why did you not tell me? Because I was afraid, Clara said. Afraid you would choose peace over truth? Nathan turned away. That hurt more than anger would have. Later, Lily hugged Clara tightly. You are leaving because of me, Lily whispered. No, Clara said. I am leaving for you. That night Nathan confronted Rose. She did not deny it. She would have been crushed, Rose said. I spared her. You spared yourself, he replied. Rose's smile faded. If you choose her side, you lose me. Nathan paused. This was the moment he had avoided his entire life. Choosing fear or choosing truth. I already lost you, he said quietly. I just did not admit it. Rose left without another word. The house felt different immediately, quieter, lighter, empty. Nathan stood alone in the living room, realizing what he had almost lost. The next morning he drove to the program office, not to beg, to tell the truth. Clara was already on the bus when her phone rang. Nathan's name. She did not answer. The bus pulled away, and for the first time Clara allowed herself to cry. The bus moved slowly through the city, stopping more often than Clara wanted. Each stop felt like a question she was not ready to answer. She sat by the window, her bag pressed against her knees, watching strangers live ordinary moments, while her own life felt suspended between before and after. Her phone vibrated again. Nathan. She let it ring, not because she did not care, but because she cared too much. When she finally answered, her voice was quiet. Talk. I went there, Nathan said, not to argue, not to beg. She closed her eyes. I told them the truth, he continued. Everything, about Rose, about the email, about my fear. Clara's chest tightened. They listened, he said. That does not mean they will forgive me. Silence filled the line. And Lily? Clara asked. She asked me if being brave hurts, Nathan said softly. And I did not know how to answer. The bus stopped again. I am getting off, Clara said. She did not explain where. Back at the house, Lily sat on the floor with her drawing spread around her. You came back, Lily said, relief and uncertainty mixed together. I did, Clara replied, kneeling. But I need you to listen to something important. Lily nodded seriously. Nothing that happened was your fault, Clara said. Not the program, not the adults, not the silence. Lily looked down. But Daddy was sad. Yes, Clara said, because sometimes grown-ups confuse fear with love. Nathan watched from the doorway. Later that night, after Lily fell asleep, the house felt too quiet. Nathan and Clara sat across from each other at the kitchen table. I almost lost her, he said. Not to the program, to myself. Clara folded her hands. You did lose something. He looked up. What? Trust, she said. And it does not come back just because the truth does. He nodded, accepting it. I do not expect forgiveness, he said. I expect consequence. The assessor arrived 2 days later. She observed, asked, listened. She watched Lily play the piano without pressure, without instruction, just joy. When she left, she said only one thing. She is not the only one who needs courage in this house. That night, Nathan sat alone in the living room. He listened to Lily hum from her room. For the first time, he did not try to stop the sound. Time did not fix everything, but it softened the sharpest edges. Weeks passed, not quietly but honestly. The house learned a new rhythm, one that allowed mistakes without punishment and silence without fear. Lily started leaving her drawings unfinished again. Not because she was uncertain, but because she was no longer afraid of doing something wrong. She played the piano most afternoons, sometimes loud, sometimes barely touching the keys. Nathan never told her to stop. That was new. One evening, Clara sat on the floor beside Lily, listening as she played the same melody over and over, changing it slightly each time. "Which one is right?" Lily asked. "All of them," Clara said. "That is how you learn who you are." Lily smiled, then looked serious again. "Are you staying?" Clara did not answer immediately. "I am here now," she said honestly. That seemed enough. Nathan changed too, slowly and imperfectly. He stopped working late just to avoid being home. He learned how to sit with discomfort instead of organizing it away. One night, he burned dinner. "This is tragic," he said, staring at the pan. Clara laughed. "You are surviving." "I prefer control," he replied. "And yet," she said gently, "here you are." They shared a look that said more than words ever could. The final decision from the program arrived on an ordinary Tuesday. Nathan did not open it right away. He watched Lily build something out of blocks, knocking it down, starting again. "Whatever it says," he told her, "this does not define you." Lily nodded. "I know." When he finally read it, his hands shook. Accepted. With conditions. With support. With room to be a child. Lily read it, too, then looked up. "Does this mean I still get pancakes?" Clara laughed through tears. "Especially pancakes." Life adjusted around the decision, not the other way around. Clara stayed. Not because she was needed, but because she was chosen. The line between Nanny and family softened into something quieter, something earned. One night, long after Lily fell asleep, Nathan and Clara sat on the back steps, wrapped in blankets. "I was wrong," Nathan said. Clara waited. "I thought loving someone meant protecting them from pain," he continued. "I know now it means walking with them through it." She nodded. "That is harder, but worth it." Silence settled between them, not empty, but full. "I did not fall for you when things were calm," Nathan said softly. "I fell when you stayed honest, even when it cost you." Clara looked at him. "I did not stay because I was brave. I stayed because I cared." "That is the same thing," he said. He reached for her hand slowly, giving her space to pull away. She did not. In the months that followed, Lily stood on small stages and in quiet rooms, sometimes nervous, sometimes confident, always supported. Nathan watched from the back, never pushing, never pulling. Clara sat beside him, their shoulders occasionally touching, always aware. One afternoon, Lily asked a question that made them both pause. "Are you two a team?" Nathan looked at Clara. Clara smiled. "What do you think?" Lily considered this seriously. "Teams choose each other." Nathan nodded. Then yes. Nothing about their life became perfect, but it became true. And that, they discovered, was enough. The call came on a Thursday morning, ordinary and inconvenient. Clara was folding laundry when her phone buzzed on the counter. She almost ignored it. Almost. "Hello?" "Clara, it's Melissa. We spoke a few months ago." Clara froze. She remembered. A family across town. 2 children. Long-term position. Stability. "We're still looking," Melissa continued. "Actually, we're ready, if you are." Clara sat down slowly on the edge of the bed. "I didn't expect this," she said honestly. "I know. But something told me to call today." After she hung up, Clara stayed there for a long time, staring at nothing. That evening, she told Nathan. Not dramatically, not defensively. "I got another offer," she said while chopping vegetables. Nathan nodded too quickly. "That's good." "It is," she agreed. "It's also far." "How far?" "Far enough to change everything." Silence filled the kitchen. You're thinking about it, he said. Yes. He swallowed. I understand. She looked at him then. Do you? He hesitated. That was answer enough. The next day, Nathan slipped back into old habits. He corrected Lily's posture while she played, adjusted her fingers, interrupted her rhythm. Lily stopped mid-note. I don't like it when you watch like that, she said quietly. Nathan stiffened. I'm just helping. It feels like pressure, she replied. Clara watched from the doorway. Later, Lily refused to practice. Nathan paced the living room. She's wasting time. No, Clara said calmly. She's protecting herself. He looked at her, frustrated. I'm trying to do better. I know, Clara said, but better doesn't mean perfect, and it doesn't mean control. The words landed harder than she intended. That night, Clara packed a little, not everything. Just enough to be honest with herself. Nathan noticed the bag by the door. You're really leaving, he said quietly. I might, she replied, not because I don't care, because I do. He frowned. I thought love meant staying. Sometimes, she said. Sometimes it means knowing when staying costs too much. They sat in silence, the kind that asks questions instead of answering them. The following afternoon, Lily had a small, informal recital at the community center. Nothing official, no judges. Just parents and folding chairs. Nathan arrived late. He stopped at the door when he heard the music. Lily was playing, calm, focused, free. Clara sat in the second row, hands folded, eyes shining. Nathan stayed where he was, watching from the back. For the first time, he did not think about outcomes, or futures, or mistakes. He just listened. When Lily finished, the room clapped softly. She scanned the room until she found Clara. Then Nathan. Her smile was immediate. Afterward, outside, under the fading light, Lily ran between them. Did you hear? She asked. Yes, Nathan said. I heard. It was mine, Lily said proudly. Yes, Clara added. It really was. Lily skipped ahead, leaving space behind her. Nathan turned to Clara. I'm still learning. I know. I don't want to lose you because I'm slow. Clara met his eyes. I don't want to lose myself waiting. They stood there, neither stepping closer, neither stepping away. I don't know what this is yet, Nathan said. Clara nodded. Neither do I. A beat passed. But I know what it isn't anymore, she said softly. It isn't fear pretending to be love. Nathan let out a breath he had been holding for years. That matters, he said. Yes, she replied. It does. That night, Clara unpacked the bag. Not because she had decided to stay forever, but because for now she was choosing truth. And so was he. If this story made you feel something, we would love to hear what stayed with you the most. Subscribing helps this space grow, and sharing your thoughts keeps these stories alive.